So I guess we'll get started. So thank you everyone for coming, especially Adele. We have made it to the end of January 2023. And this is our last session for our graphic design and UX UI month. I hope everyone has enjoyed that and enjoyed making food trucks. And you might have seen mine up. We'll talk a little bit more about this, but right off the bat, I learned something. I need a windshield. Whoops. But anyway, let's start though with introducing Adele. Can you tell us about yourself?
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I hope that everyone's had a fantastic day. I know it's the end of the day, so I appreciate everyone for taking the time out to sit in with me and the team at WRDC. For those, well, obviously you guys don't know me. For those who don't know, those of you who don't know me, my name is Adelle Byrne, and I'm honored to be here with you guys today. I want to start off with a piece of personal advice from me. Every day is a brand new page in your story. You have the opportunity to write it however you would like to for success. Yesterday's pages are gone and turned, and the pages of tomorrow are yet to be written. I've worked in graphic design and marketing field for over 20 years now. I graduated at Lawrence College in 2002 with a diploma in graphic design, communications, and marketing. Prior to this, I was at MUN completing general studies, and I'm currently working on my business diploma at the College of North Atlantic and hoping to complete my degree. I'd started my career working in a print shop in an entry-level position. Strangely enough, I learned the most from the mistakes that I made along the way. It challenged me to ask more questions and research new and innovative ways to create designs and solve problems. Challenges and moments of feeling stuck happen. It does not come easy all the time, but remember, everyone has a unique gift to offer the world. You can and will overcome any challenge in life. Just breathe and think, breathe in the moments in which you've achieved either personal or professional successes and ways that you can make it through and excel to your highest potential. The road will not always be easy, but after every storm comes the most beautiful rainbow, meant especially for you. After this, I then moved into a position working at the Buy and Sell magazine. Back when it was a printed hard copy and the classifieds were not even online. Part of my role was to design ads for client approval and then lay out the design of the magazine using a page layout program that doesn't even exist anymore. Working there allowed me to gain valuable experience, and it put me on the path to where I am today. Currently, I work with a fantastic team at the Newfoundland and Labrador Construction Association. So through my career path and experience here, with the direction of our President and Chief Operating Officer, along with our team, I plan and design for events that have been attended by the Prime Minister of Canada. So truly, a career path in graphic design can take you anywhere. I'll talk about, I guess, some personal things about me. I'm a mom to an awesome, cool little dude who just turned 5 years old. I enjoy painting, dancing, and singing out loud to power songs. Even though my name is Adele, unfortunately, I do not carry her talent for singing, but I try anyway, and that's one of the most important things in life. I believe it's important in life to hear the beautiful music that the world has to offer. My boss, who inspires me to rise to the next level daily, introduced me to vision boards. It's important in life as women to support each other, inspire, and lift each other up. She truly inspires me and supports me to achieve my goals each day. So when I'm stuck or in a rut, I need motivation. I print off pictures of personal and professional goals and things or items that I want for my future, and I put them on the paper or the board. Then when I'm truly stuck, I take it out, look at it, and visualize my life if those things were already there. I encourage everyone to take some time out and try this. Strangely enough, I'm going to share with you today about the power of intention and visualizing the future. When I last updated my vision board, I placed a picture of a microphone on it. I had always aspired, dreamed, and considered it a goal for the future to speak to groups to hopefully help and inspire others. And I'm here today speaking to this group. Wow. And that image was on my vision board. I thought about that the other night when Trina sent me the email. I'd forgotten about the microphone that was sitting there on my board. And then I thought again, wow, that's amazing. Amelia Earhart said, the most difficult thing is the decision to act. The rest is just tendency. The fears are paper triggers. You can do anything that you decide to do. You can act to change and control your life. The procedure and process is its own reward. Do not let any misconceptions about this career path guide or influence you along your journey. Indeed, you have the ability and potential to achieve greatness just by being you. I would like for everyone to do me a favor, if it's okay. Close your eyes for a second. What do you see? I bet it's a world filled with color, light, shapes, and images. Truly a beautiful world. Well, that is what a graphic designer sees. A world full of endless potential and possibilities, full of color and the ability to visualize and create, showcasing your vision that you see in your mind to the world. For most people, a piece of paper or a white screen is just that. But as a graphic designer, you see a blank canvas with the limitless potential of images and visions that can help create and showcase to the world a true vision to inspire, motivate people and companies in the world around you. Truly, the sky's the limit, and you can paint it as a graphic designer, whatever color you want.
That's beautiful, and I love the kind of shout out that no matter what we say here today, it's your own path that you've got to follow. This is just one of many, 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 many possibilities. So maybe you're looking at graphic design, maybe you're not. Maybe after this talk you will. But it's just one of the possibilities. Follow your own journey.
Truly, truly, it's like it's the best message out there. Like I'll be honest with you, I went to Mon because everyone told me I should go to Mon. And I was going to be a teacher. I loved kids. I loved education. It would provide me with another opportunity to be creative. But Mon just wasn't for me. I was used to being really like social, outgoing, like working on projects directly with people. I found larger groups of people. It just wasn't me. Like, I don't know why, but it wasn't. And someone said to me one day, have you heard about being a graphic designer? I was like, no, not really. What's that? And then they told me, and I went and talked to some career people, counselors. I think it was with Advanced Education Skills at the time. And they told me about the career and the career path and the different types of jobs you could obtain and stuff like that. And I was like, well, you know what? That does sound like me. And for the first time since I graduated, I just felt like that's where I belonged. Like I just knew there was something inside of me that was just like, I want to do this. So like I said, I've worked a number of different places over the years. This is the longest place I've worked. I've been here 14 years. My title on screen says education training coordinator, but I do a lot with events. I get to meet a lot of people, talk to a lot of people. I really enjoy that, and I enjoy being able to create things along with my team and like kind of walk into an event and say like, kind of, wow, look at this type thing. I had a little thing wrote down about that, so maybe I'll just take a second and talk about that because I really like that. But like it has to do with feeling stuck. But like I know that like when I feel stuck, I I get up from my desk and first thing I do is take a deep breath, like take a big deep breath. Because a lot of times in life, things may just truly be like in that moment, like, may just be like, at this time, things are kind of compounding and just take that deep breath. But then I also visualize like personal successes that I've had in the past. So I call them like aha moments. You have them both personally and professionally. So like a lot of the work that I do and planning with our team goes into our annual conference. Like it's a huge event. There's over 30 exhibitors, guest speakers, delegates, and then it concludes with our annual awards gala. And I design with the direction of our president and chief operating officer, along with our team, like all the marketing materials, signage, PowerPoints, different things like that. So what my aha moment is, when myself and the president and our team walk into the room at the very last event at the annual awards gala, it looks so fantastic. I just stop, I pause, I smile, I look around, I see all the designs and colors and hard work of myself and our team come together. And that's one of my biggest professional aha moments. I love looking at the room and thinking, wow, how all the hard work and vision of the team along with my design work came together. And it's so professional and so visually stunning. It's like something you'd see out of a movie. Like if anybody's ever been there, like you walk in and you're like, we even had a Hollywood night one year, but that was truly like a movie. But it's so amazing to see how like all the vision and creativity comes together. Like it truly, truly, truly is. And like I said, I also breathe in those personal aha moments, no matter how big or how small, and let them fill my heart with joy. Some of them are through things I've done myself personally, goals I've achieved. Could be also moments I share with my son, like even just something simple, like we went for fish and chips on Friday night, and someone had bought us supper. Don't know who it was, and I told my son that, it's important to lead with a good, kind heart, and kindness will be returned to you. And that's what had happened to us Friday night. So I just think about that, like, if moment's overwhelming, I think about how kind someone was to do that for us, and how my son got to see that and experience that, and how happy two of us were in that moment. So I think that, truly anything in life, you might not realize how much these little moments impact you, but they can truly make a difference when you're feeling stressed or overwhelmed or stuck in your life or in your career. And, focus on those, and focus that, and truly, truly believe that there's more of them coming, because there is. And I mean, I'm 42. I wish I could look back and say, you know what, it's going to be okay. So yeah, I don't know if you guys want to ask me anything else, or,
Oh, that's just so special to be able to stand back and appreciate your own hard work and your team's hard work. And it just sort of reminds me of this kind we're in January. I'm gonna go here. This thing that comes up on my feed sometimes, your appreciation jar. You're supposed to, like, when you appreciate something, put it in a jar, and on your down days, kind of open up that jar and go, oh yeah, I had this moment and that moment. And it almost makes me feel like you almost want a professional scrapbook of, these are the things that I have achieved throughout my career. And I think that's really worthy, not only for your own kind of mental wellness, but I don't know, sometimes you go into that job interview and they're like, tell me about, and you're like, I've never done anything ever. And it's just not true. Like, you've been, even in high school and junior high, you've already worked on all these amazing projects. You've no doubt built up teamwork. You've no doubt know how to research all these things. But in that job interview, you just kind of freeze and go, I've never done anything worthy of talking about. And so it's just not true.
Statistically, I don't know if anybody realizes this, but women don't apply for jobs if they don't meet all the qualifications on the job thing. Like, I noticed WRDC does a great job, but don't meet all the qualifications, no worries. But statistically, there's something just in women that says like, I don't meet all these qualifications, so I'm not going to apply. I've done it myself. I've said like, I don't have any experience in this type of software, so you know. But truly, like if you went in for the interview, they're not really looking for everybody to have check off every one of those boxes, because there probably is no one out there that checks off all those boxes. They're just kind of like, okay, this is the foundation of what we're looking for. And then if you can add these like little kind of like little sprinkles to the cupcake, all right, that's good. That's great. But I think that, you know, basically us as women, we just need to like empower each other, lift each other up. And if you know of someone who's going to apply for that job, you know what, you can do this. And, you know, like your skill set is capable and more than enough for this position, because you have something to uniquely offer that company and that firm. And it took me a long time to, I guess, realize that, like, I mean, I struggle like everybody else, but, you know, there's truly a piece for everybody in the puzzle or in any company that they would like to work for. But I don't know why, but yeah, I was in a session a couple of weeks ago and they talked about that with the women, saying statistically, yeah, they don't apply for positions. Or also too, they struggle with like taking things to the next level, like joining committees, joining boards, you know, extracurricular volunteer things that don't involve their kids, right? When really, like, you know, I don't know, like I do it myself. I say, well, I gotta look after my son, but there's no reason why my son's dad can't look after him, like, you know. But it's just, I just think as women, we just take on a lot already. And then we struggle with trying to balance extra things, but we need to find ways and innovative ways and motivation within ourselves to realize, like, you know, at the end of the day, we have to take some time for ourselves and do some things that we would like to enjoy, or as I say, it fill my cup. That's the stage I'm at now in my life. I need to think about, like, you know, different things that kind of fill my cup and I like to enjoy and stuff like that, like outside of my son and my family. What do I really like to enjoy?
And I think that's
just get a little bit uncomfortable. Sorry, Ashley.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I think like it's really interesting you say that, Adele, because I think it's so important, like when we get together with our youth and with our students, to be able to have that representation, right? To be able to have someone like you who's, you know, worked in this field as a woman, to be able to come and say, hey, like you can do it, right? Like you can pursue these things, you can, you know what I mean? And it's like, it's game changing. Like I think about, you know, a lot of the female youth and a lot of the Two-Spirit LGBTQ youth we work with. And like, it's game changing to be able to see somebody who you can kind of connect with, right? So when we talk about graphic design, like we had some photos shared from one of our school chapters in Buckins at Lakeside, and they shared some of their food truck photos with us. And I was like completely taken aback, because I went and I made my own food truck, and I thought about my own abilities as just artistically, you know, just based on artistic stuff. And I kept thinking to myself, like, I'm so bad at this. And I will say my food truck, my like paper food truck that I had drawn on, had a very unfortunate, or maybe fortunate, accident with a cup of coffee. So I had to graphically make one. So I do have one to contribute. But the one that I made using like pencil leads and crayons and stuff like that was, it was rough. And then I was looking at all of the ones that were sent to us from our school chapter in Buckins from like junior high school students. And I was just like blown away. I was like, this is amazing. Like you have these students who, you know, are like half my age, who are just already so creative and so, you know, and it's amazing to think of something like graphic design and being able to take that. And I'm assuming, and I don't know if you'd agree with this, but like be able to go in so many different directions with it, right?
Definitely. It's like I said before, like it's like about closing your eyes and visualizing the colors and the images and stuff like that, and about the sky. And you can truly, as a graphic designer, paint it whatever color you want. Like everything is a blank canvas. Like I remember when I first started out, it's actually fairly strange, but I used to drive and I'd see stuff like image, like say a billboard or something, but I wouldn't see it the way it was. I'd see it the way I kind of seen it, like if that makes sense. So I'd see it through like not necessarily an improvement, but just how like, okay, if this was like a new ad campaign, well, how would I see that? And I truly like, I don't know if admire is the right word, but like when you said that you took the leads to the paper and stuff, that, but yeah, but that you may think that you didn't whatever do the job or whatever things. I think it's not like that. It's like you tried and
Mhm.
you didn't give up and you put your own perspective and your own spin on it. And I think like whether or not that makes sense, there's an important message in that as well. You know what I mean? Like this coffee spilt, whatever, like life happens. Coffee is probably a metaphor for life, but
Absolutely.
things happened. You spilled the coffee, but you went out and you done it and you tried it anyway.
Mhm.
You didn't get discouraged. You didn't get down or anything like that. You just said, you know what? I'm going to power this out and I'm going to do the best possible job I can with it. And that in itself, I think like you might have not even realized that when you said it,
Mhm.
but I think that's a powerful message as well. Like I truly, truly do.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. No, for sure. Trina, I don't know if you wanted to jump into it, but did you want to start with your food truck?
Yeah, actually, I was trying to pull up all the images. If I could. The image of mine isn't coming up, but I can show you mine as is. So I did just kind of at the beginning show you.
Yeah, it's cute.
Entirely forgot to put a windshield on it. So it's just this big image of
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, because I only seen like it when it was flattened, and I was like, I thought that was
Yeah,
cool.
so that's my food truck, but I can quickly share my screen and go through the images that have been shared. Hopefully we get some more, but
Maybe there is a windshield on it. You just got one of them, you know, them sunscreen things on it that people put in their vehicles.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like graphics, right? Like that you put. Yeah,
we'll bring in innovation.
absolutely. Oh,
We'll
see,
go
this
with
is
that.
amazing. This is stellar.
I love it. Yeah, great job. Yeah.
And of course,
I actually used to be a baker, like before I had my son.
I love it.
That is so cute. Yeah.
Trina,
Yeah.
can you go back to the first one? Sorry, really quick.
Yeah. Sugar
Okay,
Fairy.
so when we look at the first one, the Sugar Fairy, love the name.
Yeah.
Adele, what are your thoughts like graphically on this? Because I know the thing I always struggle with when I think about graphic designing anything is I always want to give enough information, but not too much. And I feel like they did a really good job with this when they have like their menu and things.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I mean, like with food trucks, I guess, most people are just driving by. So if you drive by, sugar free, sugar, delicious, right? And then you're like, oh, cupcakes, you know, so you see what it's about. Plus you also see the images. So I think that's good too. There's only one little thing from my perspective. The font for the cookies, cupcakes, and cakes, maybe that could be a little tiny bit bolder, maybe just from like if you're driving by perspective. But other than that, I think it's beautiful. I think I love the visuals on it. I like, you know, want a cupcake. So I think it's great. I think they've done a fantastic job.
I love the sky cupcakes like on the roof. My partner was criticizing my own. He's like, no one's going to see the roof. I'm like, no, we're parking this downtown under one of those buildings, Scotiabank, and they're going to be looking down at that from their offices and go, I need that cupcake.
Yeah. Not only that, like it's, I guess I don't know if it sounds weird or not, but it's innovative too, because a lot of people use drone technology now. So people shooting a drone in the area and they can see, you know, so maybe even you could add the Sugar Fairy on top. So then it goes with the drone and the innovation as well, right? So yeah, no, I think it's perfect. I mean, why not use all the space that's there? Why not be creative with it? I like it how the cupcakes look like clouds, like, you know, a lot of thought went into it, a lot of I think it's a great job.
There's a dog driving, so that's like perfect.
I didn't even notice the dog.
Oh no, I didn't notice that. Oh
I didn't even notice. That's amazing.
No, that's sweet. Yeah, really sweet.
Right. And this is the same food truck here. We can see it a little better here.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just go through what we have for all of the Buckins chapter for now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the piece of pizza kills me on the top. I'm like, yes.
Must have
Yeah.
been a thing they discussed there, if anyone wants to chime into the chat, but two of these have icons or logos popping up on top, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Definitely.
And everyone else seems to have a windshield. That's just me.
I told you got the screen up. Like, it's a hot day. You had to step out for a moment. It's cute. Yeah,
I can
I
show
do
you
like
guys mine.
Mhm.
Mine is based on a dream, literally based on like the fact that I know nothing about cooking, even in the slightest. I'm a baker, like I love baking. But when Trina and I were talking about this, and we were thinking about like, hey, how do we create like a food truck with like a name and a logo, and like what's something that's catchy that people are going to want to eat, that that I know really anything about, as someone who doesn't really know a lot about cooking. And at first I thought about like a bakery truck, because I was like, oh, I kind of know that. But then I was like, oh, I don't know. So I came up with this idea of what's my favorite food in the entire world. And my husband loved this, which is cheese. Love cheese, like big cheese fan.
Definitely.
But like any type of cheese, right? Like blue cheese, like cheddar, it doesn't matter. So I literally just ran with it, and I did some Googling to try and figure out, like, I'm like, what do I name it? And I actually found out that there's a word called cheesery. I don't know if anyone has heard of the word cheesery before, but it's a place where cheese is made, which I thought was amazing. So this is my food truck. Okay, it's very poorly put together, so I apologize on the like it's falling apart. It's called the NL Cheesery. I know. And I did put cheese on the top because I thought that would be the best, and on the back. But yeah, I just went for it, and I was like, I didn't know what to put on there, so I literally just put, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it says, you can't make everyone happy, you're not cheese. And it's just,
I love it.
that should be that's my motto. I mean, it's great. Cheese is brilliant. I'm also lactose intolerant, which is awful. So cheese in moderation. But yeah, I thought it was really interesting, because when I was trying to design it, I kept catching myself thinking like, okay, like if I was actually going to make a food truck that has to go out on the street to catch people's attention, like how do I balance images versus text versus, like,
like, oh yeah, definitely, like cheese truck with cheese on it would definitely get attention. You probably have a lot of male and female construction workers seeking you out for lunch for sure. I think like with we when I worked at the Byrne cell, we also owned a sign shop, and we done like vehicle wraps and stuff. Now I didn't do the vehicle wrap installs because I'm too much of a perfectionist. Like like the fact that there's a little air bubble there, that'd be like, no, I wouldn't. So anyway, but I did do some of the design work for it, and like a lot of times with vehicles and stuff, it's kind of like bright colors or something that's like off the cuff that you haven't seen before, or that you don't normally see. Like you don't see stuff with cheese on top of it. You don't usually see a lot of food trucks with like actual images on top. Most of the time it's just black. I like it how the kids had stuff popping up out of it, because you don't normally see that. Normally it's like off to the side or not even there at all. So those kinds of things are good. More color, not more color, but like color graphics, things that stand out, set stuff apart. And for vehicles, less text is more, just because most of the time you only have like, I can't remember what the thing is, like, I don't know if it's 2 seconds or 5 seconds to grab someone's attention. It might even be 2. So, and the same thing holds true for billboard advertising. Like it's kind of like anything that is kind of passing by. You only have like 2 seconds to grab someone's attention. So boom, they see the color or something that's different. And then think of like the main word or the focus of what you're trying to do. So like if I see in Ashley's, I see like yellow, bright yellow cheese. And then I see the cheesery and I'm like, what is a cheesery? But then I remember that, right? So it might not be sometimes the main message that you want to communicate, but it invokes a response in the audience or the people that are passing by. So I think that that's really important as well, like, to invoke some sort of response in people with your promotion.
Yeah, those are great messages. I mean, for all any media messages, social media or anything, you've really got to mince words, because I think of a food truck near me and I can't name it because I can't name it, not because like probably not kosher to name it, but
Yeah.
also I can't name it. It has words all over it and it's
Mm.
really good food, but I
Mm.
cannot recommend it to you because I do not know the name.
Mm.
So that's kind of like, it's that balance of making sure that your message is
Mm.
crystal clear.
Yeah, it'd just be better off saying tacos are us with a big taco on the top. And then you're like, tacos when you drive by, and then you see tacos are us. Okay, no problem, right? Like, or probably something a little bit more creative than that. But like, yeah, no, I totally understand. Like, it just gets like Johnny Mays. I mean, everyone knows who Johnny Mays is. They got the big Johnny Mays on the side of it. Like, they're throwing in a bit of pink to kind of be like, that grabs your eye as you're going by. So, like a lot of things like that. But it's also true for a lot of mediums. Now, if you're doing printed materials, it's totally different, but still, like, always text constraints and stuff like that, right? Just, and kind of, if you look at a page, make the most predominant message, or the thing that you want to attract the eye to most, make that the most predominant element on your page or on your design. And then people's eye will go there and they'll be focused on kind of that element or that image. A lot of times it could just be a photo, like just an impactful photo, or maybe a photo describes what your event or what your client is about, or the message behind what you're trying to communicate. So sometimes even just a photo can be impactful, and then with like a tagline below it to kind of say what your event is about. Sometimes that can work in different applications as well.
In terms of, if I can draw this back to your own career journey a little bit, in terms of how technology is always evolving, like when you started working as a graphic and studying graphic design versus now, like how did you keep up with the technology? Did you just do it on your own, or did you do more coursework, or?
So when we were in school, like things were so much different than what they are now. Actually, part of our program was how to start your own business and market yourself. And we actually had a drawing class whereby we would take out a sketch pad and draw. I absolutely loved it, but it's definitely changed a lot along the way. As part of that business development, we had to do like paper ledgers to show ourselves how to keep an account. Because if we started our own business and we didn't have financial resources, we may not be able to have an accountant or an accounting software program. So I guess I truly started from the ground up with that kind of process. We did learn computer programs, like we obviously did. And but I learned programs that don't exist anymore. I learned Adobe PageMaker. And I learned Quark Express. Quark Express was actually what we laid out the Buy and Sell magazine with. So when I said it didn't exist anymore, it doesn't. Maybe it does exist somewhere, but no one uses it. PageMaker kind of got replaced by InDesign for layout and tools. So basically, I guess over the years, like I didn't need Quark Express anymore. So those skills just kind of went dormant. I done Corel Draw in school, and basically like we still use that at work a lot of the time. Recently, within the past maybe 2 years, maybe even longer, that Canva came out. So Canva's really, I've seen you guys use that template in the food truck, but Canva's really simple, like not simple, but like an easier platform to get to know and learn. But still behind it, and behind every type of technology, you still need to be able to see things in your mind and visualize it and have that come to the foreground, because like there are templates like you guys seen with the food truck. There's also templates with pictures and photos and words in them. But is that really like your vision, or is that what you want to communicate to your clients, or what your clients want to communicate to their potential customers? Probably not. So there's still a skill set there for that. Like I don't know, maybe I'm old school. It's the same thing with all the AI technology that's coming out. Like I like it and I think it's innovative. But when I chose to talk today, I didn't get online and Google, like, what should I say? I'm just like, I'm going to be 100% authentically, honestly, genuinely me. And I think that's needed too, still in design work and in marketing and in the industry, because a computer can do work. It can do the majority of it for you, but it doesn't add the perspective and the creativity to it that only you can bring to the table. So over the years, I've kind of, I don't know, like I'll do tutorials online about something like Adobe Photoshop is good for photo editing, even though most of that you can do in Canva now, but still along the way, like Photoshop will let you do editing. So I take like free tutorials online. Like that was something I was actually going to encourage you guys to do. Like if there's anything that you're interested in personally or professionally, this is actually something that I'm going to look into now, is researching like different things I can do online. Sometimes you can do free webinars, different, like sit in on some courses, or you might be able to do like a demo of something. And then you can truly, you know, sit back and think about the things that you're interested in, both personally and professionally. As well as like talk to people in the industry, like talk to people like me today. I don't know how old you got to be to join LinkedIn, but if you guys are old enough to get on there and connect with a few people, make a few connections, stay connected with your teachers, industry, different associations that you might be interested in. That's another good thing to Google. Say like I work for the Construction Association, so that's commercial and industrial construction. But like if you're interested in graphic design, like Google like marketing firms in St. John's, and maybe you can, you know, connect with them on LinkedIn, and then like they could potentially be like your future employers, or even like a support network. Like graphic design and marketing is like a community. Like we all support each other. We all, well, like anything in life, you all should support each other and all should want to see each other succeed. But I mean, like I still reach out to people that I went to school with for like advice or consult on something, or, you know, if we're looking to get something done, I'm like, well, hey, so-and-so's into video development now. So, you know, why don't we see if we can get a quote from them or something like that. So it's very important, like, to stay connected and build your networks and different things like that. And that helps with your professional development too. And it also helps you stay abreast of the trends and different things like that. Because I mean, you know, like me and my, I guess, design community, like we all talk, we're like, did you hear about this? Or did you hear about that? Or have you been using this? Or have you been using that? You know what I mean? So then like, we'll get online and we'll Google it, and we'll look it up. And there's a lot of YouTube videos on different things too. Like, you know, like if you looked up tips and tricks for using Canva, like, and I think there's some TikToks too. I apologize. One day I will be a TikToker, but right now I'm not. So I'm not really sure what's on TikTok. But I know that YouTube has like different tips and tricks for different programs and software and like that. Like I said, the only ones that I know of that kind of exist now are, some people are still using CorelDRAW, Adobe Photoshop, and then there's also Adobe InDesign. But you can download, there's also, Adobe has Lightroom too, which is really cool for photo editing. If you guys are passionate about photos and taking photos and editing them, you can do a lot of cool, really, really cool effects. A lot of what you see like the modern technology coming out with. So they have free trials you can download. Like you can sign up at adobe.com, and they'll let you download the program. Sometimes it's 7 days, sometimes it's a month. And as far as I know, you don't have to put in a credit card or anything. So that allows you to continue to upgrade your skills or whatever like that, right? So I've just done that over the years. I've Googled stuff. I've watched YouTube videos, like, you know, and kind of if I didn't know the latest or how to modify something, I reach out to my friends too. Like, you know, have you guys encountered this problem with this software or different things like that, right? And kind of, I don't know, it sounds really weird, but just like adapt. Like, I don't know how else to say it, but it's kind of like I've always been a natural born problem problem solver. So I don't know if this is a good thing or bad thing, but for me, the answer is never no. So like if if my boss or prior employers have said, Adele, can you do this? I'm always like, yeah, I'll look into it. And I'm on Google or I'm online and I'm trying to figure out how to do it. So, you know, I guess that's how I've evolved over the years, is just kind of been like, you know what, I can figure this out.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a lot of great resources out there. I've just linked the Canva Design School in the chat here. You can also find it in the on box that we sent out at the beginning of the month. And while I don't have any graphic design stuff on our TikTok yet, you can follow us on TikTok and just look at our liked videos. I haven't actually put up any of my own videos or anything. I'm not this deep into, I'm trying, okay? But the under liked videos, I do have a lot of women in construction right now, and any women in STEM that I find along the way, I'm just liking some of their videos so that you can check out their channels. And perhaps my next endeavor will be to find some graphic design to add into those liked channels as well.
Yeah, I'll promise I'll try to work on it. I don't know, like in the beginning I don't know, like I understand TikTok. I understand the value of TikTok. But in the beginning, I kind of found it like, I was like, you know, like, I don't know, like, I was just like, it wasn't intriguing to me. And now I'm kind of like, maybe I should be there because everyone else is there. I don't know, like, so hopefully one of these days, I don't know if I'll ever be like a TikToker, but maybe I'll just get an account and start from there.
Yeah, it's rough at the beginning because the algorithm doesn't know what you're interested in, and so you have to watch some videos before it makes sense.
I've heard stories about that. Yeah, I've heard like, you know, and then someone will send you something or whatever, and you'll open it, and then all of a sudden, then you're in their algorithm for something, and you're like, I didn't even want to open this in the first place. Like, so it's a lot. Yeah, it's definitely changing the way the future though. Like I think, you know, I think in the future, like people, like I don't know, I joked the other day and said my son who's 5, he's gonna have to do an interview on TikTok or do a video audition for his job. Like, you know, like which is probably true. And it might not even be TikTok then, it might be some more kind of AI technology. And I guess that's just the way of the future too, right? So
before we clue up, and I can't believe this hour is almost over, but we do have a gamification code that I nearly forgot about. Can you see that? It's Medical Illustrator. So no spaces, just the capital M, capital I. You can plug that into the Clubhouse for some points. And we'll certainly get you points for submitting your food trucks as well.
Trina, do you want to just quickly, just in case, because I know we have a lot of new members from chapters, would you be able to do like a quick rundown of how they go about putting the gamification code in?
Yeah, absolutely. So for this, I think I'll just quickly share my screen. Share screen. Give me a second here. Well, so sorry.
I like that idea. That's really cool. Never heard of it before.
Gamification, yeah.
No, it's innovative though, and motivational.
So a nice little reminder here too, if anyone is in the St. John's area, you can enter to win some tickets. So that's just up on the main page there as well. Nice little reminder that I wanted to do as well. And I will say, if at any time you need some background of how to use this whole Clubhouse virtual tour, down here on the bottom left is a video that walks you through all of the different features. So there are accessibility features and everything there as well. So definitely check out the virtual tour if you are new to the Clubhouse. But gamification specifically is right here. And you click that, there's a pop-up, and Medical Illustrator. Pop that in and you get points for all kinds of things, but no spaces in it. Claim points, and if it's successful, you get a definition of what a medical illustrator does as a job. So combines their artistic ability and understanding of the health sciences to explain medical principles and theories to the public effectively. So the idea that they're using it as graphic design and animation software in order to teach maybe even medical students, maybe the public more generally, maybe someone who is going through medical trauma about a medical condition. So a kind of different way of looking at where graphic design can really take you. So hopefully that answers that, but also, like I said, check out the virtual tour and you'll see some other features of the clubhouse there. If you ever have any questions, you can just press my name anywhere on the clubhouse and send me a message, or likewise with Ashley, if you see Ashley Goss there, click her, send her a text right inside of the platform, or you can always email us, stemforgirls@wrdc.ca. And I did have several questions today of how to post images to the feed, and that is only through Feedloop Go. Can you actually post your images right now? There's a limitation of our clubhouse. So if you do download the free app Feedloop Go, then you can post to the event feed. Otherwise, email us your pictures and we'll post them for you. Totally fine too. And yeah, I did just kind of want to say that's a great idea from you, Adelle, about like just connecting with people to find out what is being used right now. Like if you are interested in getting into graphic design, messaging Adelle or someone like her on LinkedIn and saying what is the newest software that I should be looking into, whether it's graphic design or whether it's, who knows, engineering, marine, something another, like really networking with role models and finding out what the latest software is, so that you can even just kind of have that idea, whether you can do a free course online or just kind of find out the broad strokes of it through looking at a website. That might help you quite a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I did share a few more links there with the unboxed that was sent out in case anyone missed it, and Udemy, like U Academy or Udemy, free courses that they have on user experience design. And likewise, if you ever are missing, if you're ever looking for something like that, if it's graphic design or if it's another field and you're like, where do I find this? Ask myself, ask Ashley, hey, maybe we can do a themed month on blank. We're totally game for hearing your suggestions and finding role models that match your interests. Yeah.
Adelle, is there anything you wanted to add before we like clue everything up and let the students go?
I got like a little concluding thing wrote whenever that's but yeah, so Trina asked me to do a PowerPoint. I'm not like, I do PowerPoints, but I'm really like in-person type thing. So I like these in conversation format type styles. I could have done slides, but I find, I don't know, that's just not me. So anyway, I just wanted to say that first, but I wanted to end with like a quote by Oprah Winfrey. She said, "Think like a queen. A queen is not afraid to fail. Failure is just another stepping stone to greatness. You can do anything that you set your mind to. Set goals, work on your vision board, and truly the sky's the limit. Your talents and abilities are unmatched simply by being uniquely you. I cannot wait to see all of you achieve your goals. I look forward to connecting with you on LinkedIn and congratulating you throughout the years on your successes. Truly, you are all unstoppable."
Love that. And I am totally looking forward to that as well. I look down the road in 5-10 years time and seeing these students in professional roles and such, and it just warms my heart to imagine.
And a lot of strong, powerful, career-oriented women who can truly do anything.
Absolutely. Well, what a great note to end on. Thank you so much, Adelle. And I look forward to working with you again. I'm sure we'll see you at the next conference.
Oh, most definitely. I'm here if you guys ever need anything.
Perfect. Perfect.
Heart and soul, I'm here to support you guys in anything.
Awesome. Thank you. Thanks
Thank
everyone
you,
for
guys.
tuning in.
Thank you, everybody. I hope everyone has a great evening. And I look forward to seeing all you guys on LinkedIn. And truly, you are unstoppable. You can do anything.
Perfect.
Take care.
Thanks, Adelle. See you,
Bye.
everyone.